Okay, welcome back to the RDI Hub Digital Media Lab. I'm Kerry MacConnell, the PR and Marketing Manager here in the Hub, and I'm in conversation with Liam Cronin, who's our CEO. This is his second podcast. Liam's going to share some stories about some of the events that are happening in the Hub. So, Liam, for people who missed the last podcast, tell us a little bit about yourself and your role.
Yeah, thanks, Kerry. It's great to be back. So my name is Liam Cronin. I'm the CEO of the RDI Hub here in Killorgan, County Kerry. So I've been in role for almost 5 years now in June. And I suppose my role is to support the RDI Hub in terms of creating new products and services, helping companies to scale and grow, create new products and services that lead to technology jobs here in the southwest of Ireland. So delighted to be here today to talk about what's been happening in April and looking forward to what's going to happen in May.
Okay, Liam, it's been a crazy busy month for April and it's not even over yet. I suppose one of the biggest stories for us was the NDRC Impact Report, which was launched on Friday. Do you want to talk us through that? So some really interesting stats there.
Yeah, thanks, Kerry. I mean, it was launched last Friday, the 19th of April. So NDRC is Ireland's National Startup Accelerator, which is an initiative of the Department of Enterprise, Climate and Communication. And last Friday, we celebrated 3 years of building a thriving startup ecosystem across the country. We also announced a 2-year contract extension to continue supporting entrepreneurs and their ambition to make Ireland the best place in Europe to start build a startup company. What I really like about NDRC over the last 3 years is it's a network of innovative startup hubs, led obviously by Dogpatch Labs in Dublin, with Portishead in Galway, Republic of Work in Cork, and ourselves here, RDI Hub in Kerry. So it's really an all-Ireland approach connecting various startup stakeholders. And what's been really impressive, Kerry, has been the numbers and the impact, like 56 million raised by the NDRC startups over the last 3 years, 180 million plus raised by the entire portfolio during the same period. You know, jobs is critical, 650 jobs created in Ireland by NDRC startups in the last 3 years, and we contributed handsomely to that here in the RDI Hub. And then in terms of diversity and inclusion, 30% of the women-led or co-led investments. So it's been a great 3 years with NDRC, and we're really looking forward to the next 2 years working on that programme.
I suppose other things that are happening this month, we've got a big event next week. We've got the Smart Southwest Manufacturing event. That's happening tomorrow, and we've got the biggest cohort ever in that one. We've got 12 speakers presenting this time. Do you want to tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, so this has been a great success story for us. I mean, we kicked this off in June of last year. We brought a few speakers together, and we ended up having about 20 people at it. And tomorrow's Southwest Smart Manufacturing meetup is, as Kerry is saying, is going to have about 12 speakers. It's a mixture of academic and applied industry speakers talking about their digitalisation journey and sustainability. So the thematic is really digitalisation and green. We've over 30 people signed up for tomorrow, which is really good. It's an in-person event, so tomorrow is as much about the presentations as it is about the networking. So, we'll kick off networking at around 8:30 in the morning. We'll have some presentations, then we'll break for more networking around 11. And then we'll have lunch at 1 p.m. And it's about bringing the Southwest Map manufacturing companies together. It's about, even if I think locally here within Killorgan, it's about Fexico, Astellas, Tembler, ProMed, Kerry Group, Dairymaster coming together and having the chats and having the conversations here in the RDI. So really looking forward to tomorrow. As I said, it's our 5th one in the series, and we do them every 2 months, free events, and then we'll have another one hopefully in June. So really exciting and will be very impactful.
Another event that we're having the following week is the Microsoft Masterclass series. So the next topic is going to be the EU AI Act with Jared Brown. So we're very excited about that. Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, so these masterclasses kicked off back in February. We did one in the end of February on the last Tuesday of each month. We do the masterclass. We did one the end of February on demystifying AI. We followed that up last month with Microsoft Copilot training. And as Kerry said, next Tuesday, the 30th of April, it's going to be on the EU AI Act. I think we've over 140 people signed up for it already. And look, a very important topic. This act has taken a long time to be passed by the European government, and it's really about protecting citizens and the whole area around privacy and ethics of AI. We're delighted to have Jared Brown from Fexico, who's going to be the key presenter at the masterclass next Tuesday. Jared has been following this space avidly, I would say, for the last 6 to 12 months. He's been in Europe quite a lot, meeting with similar colleagues, looking at the legal and implications of the EU AI Act. And I suppose AI is amazing. It's an amazing opportunity, but we also need to have AI for good, and we just need to make sure that AI is used in the right way from an ethical and a privacy perspective. And next week we'll hopefully open up that. And our format for the masterclasses is always the same. It'll be a 1 hour probably presentation from Jared, followed by breakout session for 30 minutes, and then we'll have a use case from industry where we'll actually show AI being applied. So it's a mixture of theory and applied, and again a hybrid event, and not to be missed.
That's great. And staying on the topic of AI from the RDI Hub to further afield, you're just back from the Netherlands where you were involved. You're speaking at a recent event. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, I was in Groningen in the Netherlands last Thursday and Friday, and it was a really good opportunity to meet with other European digital innovation hubs from Netherlands, from Belgium, from Germany, and we were looking at putting together an Interreg application around AI for SMEs. So how can we support SMEs on their digitalization journey? And it's a combination of what we talked about in the previous point in terms of doing things like master classes, putting together workshops, putting together different training programs. What I really liked about last week as well in Groningen, we talked a lot about peer networks and having SMEs in Ireland being able to connect with peers in Belgium, France, Germany, and the Netherlands would be really, really powerful, and getting those learnings, not just from SMEs in Ireland, but SMEs across the different countries. So the meeting went really, really well. We got a good start on the proposal, and we'll be submitting the proposal for funding in Interreg Northwest Europe later this year. And I suppose what was also interesting for me was, we go sometimes to these events and we think we're kind of in awe of these other European digital innovation hubs and what they're doing, but we actually contributed really handsomely to that event. And when we presented, people were just blown away with the breadth of what we're doing, especially what we're actually doing in AI. We're not just talking about AI training, we're actually doing it. So no, it was a really good event, and really looking forward to collaborating with those European digital innovation hubs across those 4 countries.
No, that's great. And I suppose when people think of the RDI Hub, they think very much tech focused, but it's more than just tech. Every time we're here, we have more happening than just purely tech focused. I suppose the book launch that we had, the Shane Craddock book launch that took place last week, that was very much about being focused on being mindful and kind of the minding yourself and not getting burnt out. So what was your experience of that event?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I mean, it's good sometimes. We hear a lot about mindfulness, and I suppose CEOs in particular minding their mental health. And, I think Shane's book uncovered a lot of that. And he talked about, how to control your mind and how to control your feelings. And I suppose he talked about being in the here and now as well. And like a lot of time, our mind drifts and we think about things that we did in the past, or we think about things that are in the future, but just about keeping that focus. And it was a really nice double act because we also had John Reardon here, who's the chairperson of Grow and Emote in Ireland. And it was great to see that, Shane didn't do what a lot of authors do and go and launch his book in O'Mahony's or Easton's or whatever. He decided to come around the hubs because he wanted to go to places where innovation was happening, and he wanted to talk to CEOs. And as he said, just trying to help them understand their mind and how to keep focus and how to keep on delivering and how to be the best of yourself, basically, whatever like that. So no, I thought it was really interesting. And again, I suppose this is one of the advantages of the RDI Hub is these wraparound services we provide. Like, so I know our members were kind of saying afterwards, God, I didn't expect to be hearing this kind of a conversation here in the RDI Hub, but that's the beauty of the services that we provide to our members and to the broader community that joined on the day. And I think we had about 30 people at the event, which was great.
Yeah, so you've handed me a nice opening there, Liam, from the here and now to what's coming up. We've got a lot of activity happening next month. So do you want to talk me through the remote working open events that we're having?
Yeah, so it's always busy here in the RDI Hub, and May is especially going to be busy. I suppose one of the things we want to do is the RDI Hub is accessible to everybody. Like we really want to encourage people to come in and use the space and see the amazing facility we have here, the amazing location, number one, the amazing facility in the building, but also experience what it's like to be a member in here in terms of, working with the RDI Hub employees, Kerry and the team, working with other RDI Hub members, working with some of our mentors we have, like our entrepreneur in residence, Hugh Reynolds. So the idea behind the open day on the 16th of May is come in and have a taste of what it's like to work here for a day. And then we're also going to follow that up the last week in May with an open week. And again, we'll have particular presentations that week so people can see what we offer, and that leads in nicely into our June Bank Holiday weekend, which is going to be a big weekend here in Killorgan with K-Fest. So really looking forward to the open day on the 16th of May.
That's not the only taster we're offering, Liam. Do you want to talk about the podcast taster that we're running on May 7th?
Yeah, so we've been running introduction to podcasting courses back in January and February. They went really, really well, and really good feedback from those. So we've now spoken with Patrick Haughey from Audio Brand to see basically could we do an advanced podcasting course, because that's what our customers are saying to us. So in the lead up to that, we're looking at doing a taster session on the 7th of May. And then we're going to actually have the full podcasting course on the 29th and 30th of May. So for anybody who really wants to hone their skills around podcasting, please come along and get the taster session with Patrick Haughey on the 7th of May, and hopefully sign up for the full course on the 29th and 30th of May.
Brilliant. It's all happening next month. We've got the Europe GES happening in the Hotel Europe. Do you want to talk about the RDI Hub involvement in that?
Yeah, so the Global Economic Summit is a big event that's happening in the Europe Hotel on the 22nd, 23rd of May. We've been working very closely with the Global Economic Summit through our partners Fexico, and we're actually going to be doing a workshop here in the RDI Hub on one of the days around how artificial intelligence and sustainability can work together. So we're excited about that open day, and that'll be announced in the next while.
Excellent. And we referenced the NDRC and the impact report earlier, but we've got the Pre-Accelerator Showcase Day. That's coming up during the month. Do you want to tell people what they can expect and how they can get invited to this?
Yeah, so back at the start of April, we selected 20 startups to go on in the NDRC Pre-Accelerator for Q1. We're delighted that 7 of those are actually from the region, from Kerry, Limerick and Clare. So those startups they just finished week 4 last night. They were doing a lot of discussion around product and how you develop out your product. But on the 17th of May, all 20 will come here to the RDI Hub, and they will do a pitch. They will pitch their solution, and they will talk to their experience over the last 8 weeks. We'll also have some of the alumni from the Pre-Accelerator program here on the 17th of May talking about their experience. And I think it's just a great opportunity to come along and meet the up-and-coming startups and scale-ups. And, hopefully on the day we'll find the next Fexico or the next Taximo.
And if somebody wants to come and attend the event, who should they reach out to?
Yeah, feel free to reach out to me if you want, liam.cronin@rdihub.com. I mean, we'll be promoting it on social media quite broadly, and there'll be an Eventbrite link up there as well that we can use and stuff like that. So check our social media programs over the next while, and we'll have details there, and it'll also be on our virtual hub.
Brilliant. And the other thing then is our Microsoft Masterclass, the AI Masterclass. We have another one coming up. The weeks are going so fast. We have another one coming up in May. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so look, we continue to be pushing hard to be an AI Centre of Excellence here, and the masterclasses, as I said, we're calling them the last Tuesday of the month AI Tuesdays. So on the back of the EU AI Act one, we're going to do a masterclass on the 28th of May, I believe, on applications of AI. So it's really going to be very applied this time round. So that'll be on the 28th of May. And then we're hoping on the 30th of May to do Microsoft Copilot training. So we're secured a vendor that'll deliver that one-day course on the 30th of May on the Microsoft Copilot. So we did a masterclass on that back in March. And again, the customer feedback was we want to go to a bit more detail. So we're going to do that on the 30th of May. So every month there's going to be very clear training on AI as we go forward.
Okay, that's great. It's very busy. There's so much happening at the moment. I suppose if anyone is interested in finding out more about what we're working on in the RDI Hub, I'd say follow our social media channels, which is LinkedIn and Twitter. And if anybody wants to reach out to you directly, Liam, where can they reach you?
Yeah, by all means, contact me directly on my email address, liam.cronin@rdihub.com, or send me a message on my mobile, 087 9680 399. And then I'm also on LinkedIn and Twitter. And RDI Hub now has an Instagram page as well, so you can even catch us on Instagram. So there you go. We're even continuing to innovate in social media as well. So, and thanks to Kerry and Megan for bringing the Instagram page together.
That's brilliant. Stay posted, and we'll be back to you again next month.